All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Toast the Toss. Today we've got a combination of Bazballers, Ozballers, and people who are not here are busy balling. With that shit joke, let's get started. We've got Arijit, we've got Arun, and we've got Bidhu. All right, gentlemen, let's identify ourselves. Which ones are the Bazballers? Okay, perfect. We are on the opposite sides of the spectrum. So are Arijit and Bidhu. So this is like a perfect alignment. Okay, so the flavor season is Ashes fifth test underway. Reactions after England's innings. Bazball gone too far, or it came off in the fourth test? It seemed to come off pretty okay today.
Actually, even the gods don't like Bazball. That's why it started raining in Manchester.
I don't know if you're going to win a lot of friends in England with this, not that you care, but okay, we will take that comment.
I think people say that people earn gratuity by the end of an IPL season. I think it's the same with Ashes as well. It keeps going forever and forever.
Correct, but then the entertainment doesn't seem to cease. Every ball is an event. Wasn't that what they wanted it to be?
That's what Bazball is. So who's complaining now?
It's true. Yeah. Bidhu, your thoughts?
I feel England were playing well into the Bazball as the series went along. Forget the first test where the decision was Bazball decision of declaring. But second test, the innings by Ben Stokes. The next test, which they won. And the fourth one, where they actually played good Bazball. I thought what happened with the rains and they're not having the chance to retain the Ashes. They again went in the BizarreBall Bazball, which doesn't make any sense. They could have been a little bit more realistic. Obviously, this is the first day we have to see how Australia is playing, but I think they have dig a hole by themselves by saying that we are going to stick to Bazball irrespective of what happens. Australia have played in this pitch in the World Test Championship, and England should have been a little bit more careful.
So, anybody?
Because I want to interrupt. He mentioned some adjective for Bazball. What is a good Bazball and a bad Bazball, Bidhu? It's an absolute. It's Bazball.
Okay. I thought Bazball was an adjective, but all right.
Already, exactly.
So just in terms of reckless shots, I was caught up with work, so just putting it out there. I'm not saying you guys weren't, but if you
so Suraj, the thing is, the shots were not reckless. The whole strategy behind Bazball is reckless. There's means the way to define Bazball is impatience at the crease. Like they were playing well. Brooks was hitting runs. The others were also chipping in, but there's no patience. They're like, no, I think there's a better food being served at the pavilion. Let's go. That kind of impatience was visible at the crease today.
If you had a Yorkshire accent, we could have passed you off as Jeff Boycott, but I'm sure because I heard Sir Jeffrey Boycott say something very similar. But yeah, okay. So basically, good bowling by Australia. If we have to sum it down to that. Okay, let's talk about selections, right? Surprised that Broad is playing 5 tests, or is this the 4th test on the trot for him? Did Broad ever get dropped in this Ashes series? So it's 5 tests for him, and 2 consecutive tests for Jimmy Anderson. No Josh Tongue. Surprised or convinced?
I think Jimmy Anderson did not bowl in the last inning, and I think the last test Jimmy Anderson didn't bowl in 1 inning, so I think that's what motivated them. And it depends. Like if he has said that this is going to be his last Ashes, which is the 5th time he is going to say as per Pat Cummins, so they would have said, okay, go on and play this game. But yeah, I mean, selection-wise, I'm a little bit surprised about Australia sticking to Hazelwood, Stark, and Cummins in this test as well. Because look, from an England perspective, again, I'll go back to England. If they could have stretched this innings till tomorrow, we could have seen tired legs because Australia did not bring in fresh pair of legs in the fast bowling department. which again they totally missed. So from selection point of view, I feel Australia sticking to those three pace bowlers is something which we have to see how they go along in this test.
Okay. Arun is going to say something.
I definitely think Tongue should have made the cut, but I don't know. ज़्यादा Tongue ने किया इसलिए Tongue ने लिया पता नहीं. I really don't know what the funda is and how much do we reward experience over form. I'm sure people say yes, form is temporary, class is permanent, and all of that. I don't know why Jimmy Anderson's place is permanent though.
He's cricketing legend. Like he's the Sachin of the English cricket team or the English bowling quartet or hexagonal, whatever you want to call it. I mean, just sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll take a bad attempt with Arun. So we have always heard that your thoughts and your what you speak should always match. So do you think there is something related to head and tongue not being in the same match?
Amazing, Bidhu. What an insight, my friend. I don't have anything to compete with that. You just told the match. Take it from me.
Thank God Fionn Hand is not in England team. He's Irish, but okay. Okay. And the other question is, yes, we spoke about Australia, tired legs. Mitch Marsh continues to have a spot. Touch disappointed for Green, or I think Green had enough chances?
They had to incorporate the spinner in the team. That's the only reason why Green is out, or else because last test we figured out that they were unable to the Pacers were not that impressive, so they had to get a spinner to contain the English attack. So I think that's the only reason why Green has been dropped. Other than that, I don't think so. It's a unfair decision to anyone involved.
You should definitely have a seat on the selection committee and communicate the reasons to players. I don't think even Australian selectors would have communicated it this nicely to Green, but okay.
I'm happy that Todd Murphy is playing because after Dodo, the next species to go extinct, in my view, is going to be the off-spinning clan. And on that count alone, to give chance to Todd Murphy in England is a testament to Australia's trust in good spin. And it's a beautiful choice, in my opinion. I don't think they should go all pace and trust somebody like a Head or someone like that, or Steve Smith or Labuschagne to come and spin for a bowl spin for them. I think it's good. I would have loved if England went with one of the wrist spinners, leg spinners, rather than Moeen Ali. Yes, they got a number 3, but they would play 12 batsmen if they could. That's the only grouse I have against the English side, because I believe, going back to Bazball is not about batting alone. It's a lot about the trust in their bowling ability that gives them the freedom to go. Even if it's going to be a 250 to 300 score, it's going to be backed up by some phenomenal bowling. And that also is normally attacking in nature. When Stokes launched the leg spinner Rehan Ahmed in Pakistan, I would have definitely thought he would have backed him a little longer than that. Yes, they have moved past Adil Rashid, but I think a better spinner deserves a place in the England squad than thinking Moeen Ali is that off spinner they are going to go with.
Just on the dying out of off spin, I have a hopeful business idea. Ashwin Anna has anyways made waves in the YouTube world. I won't be surprised if he starts a franchise of off spinning master classes across the world. He'll start from India, and then I'm sure he's going to take it to Australia, England, wherever, and they will be mushrooming off spinners in the future. If Ashwin ever does it, we called it on Toast the Toss.
Yeah, and the only trouble with Ashwin launching it, it'll be called an off-spinning academy, but it'll have everything but off-spin in it. It's the only thing. He's an off-spinner who does not bowl off-spin. That's all.
Which is what Anil Kumble was, right? Leg spinner who never bowled leg spin. So
absolutely same clan.
Okay, now moving on from all right. Before we move on from Ashes, predictions for the final scoreline.
2-1.
2-2. Yeah, that's 2 of us. 2-2.
I love your optimism. I appreciate that. Means like, what to say, like 2-2, yeah. If you guys think, okay, good for you, but very unlikely.
If it's 2-2
It
Origin,
is like
what-
thinking that Sonam Kapoor will be involved in one of the major blockbusters this year. So uh, your prediction is on those lines.
okay. Sonam was involved in a blockbuster
This year,
this year. I don't know why you wanted to bring Sonam Kapoor, but okay.
I think I will just check the scorecard. If it was 54-0, I would have said Australia. But I think, no, I'll still go ahead with Australia. I just feel England a little bit more deflated now.
What is the scorecard now? 50-2?
50-1.
Ah,
I was hoping for a David Warner century, but it's not. I just let me see if it is broad who again took him.
got it.
Go.
Okay, 2-2 versus 3-1. Now let's move from the spirit of Bazball to spirit of umpiring. Something happened in Bangladesh, and this was a tight series. India won one. This is India women's cricket. Just for those of you who have not been following women's cricket, we love women's cricket. So India won one, Bangladesh won one, and the last match was a tie. So the series was tied at 1-1, right?
1-1,
And then something
yeah.
happened. Do you guys want to talk about it? Anybody wants to give expert comments?
As the senior most gentleman on this panel, let me take a first stab at it. It was downright deplorable behavior by an Indian cricketer. Deplorable in every sense of the word. Even if you were to give a benefit out saying, okay, in the spur of the moment, heat of the moment, she hit the stumps, etc. Fine. Going back to the press conference, talking to the broadcaster in the live show after the match, again blaming for bad umpiring, and asking the Bangladeshi captain to get the two umpires as well as part of their side so that because they also contribute apparently for her. But yeah, it doesn't matter whether they were tactically bullshitting in the last one day here with who was the lead player, Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, Jemima Rodriguez, right?
yeah.
So she was, giving strike to the number 11 batter, and she was happy with that, and they thought they were going to win. If you think you're playing against the minnows, then you only have yourself to blame. There was just tactical blunder towards the end when your series is at the edge. God knows what was getting sent as a signal. The match was in broadcast live, so we have no clue what exactly happened on the ground. But yeah, back to Harmanpreet Kaur. There are some comments which seem frivolous at the beginning, but make sense. One season of Premier League in India can add horns to your head, as they say. And somewhere, I actually saw that during the Premier League, to be honest, all these nice players who were just playing for the love of the game suddenly turned mercenaries on the field. And if that's going to rub off on their time on national duty, it doesn't augur well for women's cricket, not the right set of examples. I don't think it's been deplored enough by the cricketing fraternity, even those people who came to their support when Deepti Sharma did what she did. I don't think those people are now saying what Harmanpreet Kaur did is absolutely not acceptable. And Smriti Bandana trying to defend Harmanpreet Kaur subsequently in the press conference, it's honestly equally deplorable. I respect both of them tremendously as players. It is what it is.
True to what you just called yourself. This is the comments were apt for the senior most gentleman on the panel. Any young, I'm on the fence, right? So the two younger gentlemen, did you think this was tongue-in-cheek humor, misplaced, or was it apt?
Look, we might be in the younger generation, but we grew up watching people from the elder generation, if I may say. I mean, I'm not that young. But look, two things to it. One is what happened on the pitch at the heat of the moment, which is hitting the stumps. That was out of the way. And if you are defending that, okay, you have some context of defending, like it was the heat of the moment, you did not have time to think through. But what happened is the pitch press conference is something which you went to the dressing room, you had time to think, you processed it, you decided that you are going to do it, and then came onto the ground and you did it. It's a well thought out, thing that we are doing. And the problem is with is like what Arun said, Smriti Mandhana has to come out and defend it. Now, if you compare the men's cricket, which even Smriti Mandhana started, comparing the incident, who is the person who is at the edge? It is supposedly Kohli. But during his most brashful era, there was a Zahir or a Dhoni who is able to control and defend. But if now Harmanpreet does it, you do not have anybody to contain. It is the likes of Dipti Sharma, Smriti Mandhana, who are younger people. So they obviously are going to defend it. But I hope they do not get inspired by it and they do not feel that these are things that they can do if something is going against them, because things are going to go against them. We have seen enough cricket to know that umpiring decisions, reigns, some rules of the game are unfair, and it is going to cause them not only such. I mean, all series are important, but even in World Cup final, teams have been stuck by bad decisions or bad rules. But yeah, I mean, as you said, deplorable is a very good word to use in this case.
I like to normally play the devil's advocate, but in this instant, even the devil cannot come and protect Harmanpreet in that respect. But I will like to commend the Bangladeshi cricket captain. I believe her name is Sultana, Nigar Sultana. So she did a brilliant job, and also credit to the Bangladeshi team because they have been performing really well. I was surprised by the kind of contest they gave, and this was a team which was struggling even 2-3 years back, and one must comment even the Bangladesh Cricket Board because they have been very supportive of the women's team. Full credit to the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the team for ensuring such an exciting series.
Yeah, I think so. Just the only thing I want to call out to the BCCI and to all the boards is, please, for God's sake, let's have DRS even in women's cricket, right? Umpires are humans, players are humans, they make mistakes. And I definitely think with technology being there and with women's cricket now growing leaps and bounds, I definitely think this should work as a catalyst to have DRS in women's games before it just goes out of it goes out of control. I also want to remind everybody of 2007 Test Series, India-Australia, down under. And I thought when Indian team was undone by bad umpiring or with all of Monkeygate scandal, the most diplomatic, hard-hitting line came from the then captain Anil Kumble, who just went up in the press conference and said there was only one team which played in the right spirit. And I think he said a lot with just those words.
Yeah, and I think what I'm most surprised about was this series ranked lower than an India West Indies series that didn't warrant a broadcast. It's like I can't believe that the series was not even there on fan code. Is it that bad on quality? I'm not sure. It was not broadcast live, which is very, very surprising.
Wasn't
The
it on
India
Live?
Bangladesh.
I thought this India-Bangladesh was on Live, no?
No. No one covered it live. So it's like the India-Zimbabwe 1983 World Cup series.
No, but there were videos on Twitter. I did see
There
a
were
Twitter.
videos. It was at least not broadcast for the Indian public. I don't know which planet it was broadcasted to. It was
They would
not on
have
live
got the
broadcast.
snippets from Bangladesh or something like that.
Yeah. Somewhere. Because if third umpire was there, but DRS was not there, then there would have been some cameras on the field for sure. So not sure where it got missed out. Yeah. But if you're planning to sign off with this, Suraj, I will stop you from doing that because I'm going to put all three guys on a spot now. Okay. I'm going to take over the host responsibility, put you guys on a spot. Bidhu, tell me 7 West Indies players playing the ODI squad.
Are you considering the men's, right? Obviously.
Men's side now. Yeah. Please. Let's start there.
Hetmyer.
Wait. One after another, guys.
I know the captain. I know Shai Hope is captaining the side. Obviously, Hetmyer is there. Romario Shepherd and I think Kyle Mayer should be there. Rest, I don't know.
I don't think Shepherd is. I think Powell is there. I don't think Shepherd is there. Yeah. Or you? Same question.
No, I have not been following it.
Chaden says. So I think
I don't even know the players in the Indian cricket team. How
Suraj is nervous right now. Suraj, go for it, my friend.
There's Shehab, there's Athanazi, then there's Jason Holder, then there's a new guy called Karaya, then there's Kyle Mayers, of course, there's Hetmeyer. There is that bowler from Gujarat Titans, the one who wears the yellow color wristwatch. What's his name?
Not Alzari Joseph isn't
But-
playing today, by the
But
way.
I think Jason Holder
He's
is
not
not
playing,
not-
but he's in the
Jason Holder
squad.
Jason Holder doesn't play
Yeah,
one day cricket for West Indies.
He lives in. I don't think Holder's there. Yeah.
Holder's in the squad. So
Joseph
it's
is
one day
also.
cricket.
Yeah.
Holder has
Alzari
to be
Joseph
there.
also.
There's nothing. No one will know.
I thought
I'm
they
sure Alzari Joseph also is there somewhere in the Windies Islands. I'm sure about that. Absolutely, Suraj. Well done. And that is the kind of cricket series that we do not want to cover on the show. That's why I just wanted to bring it up.
No, but jokes apart, I think it is at least going to help some of these players, India, to kind of figure out their combinations and give them some practice. No, like Ishan Kishan opened today. I know one down was Sky, Rohit, Virat. Everybody just said, "You guys go play, get some experience."
No, I agree, Suraj. In fact, yesterday there was a team of 3 people. I think Jaiswal, Jadeja, and Yadav, and then Sky, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, who goes the longest inside the sea and come back. No, they did all of that beach stuff. Those combinations are important.
But it is sad, Suraj, that we are playing with a side who even did not qualify for the World Cup actually, and like they are not interested. Means like, how do you expect me of all people, or all the 4 of us to be
No, I
excited?
know I completely get where you guys are coming from, right? I think it's the most pointless of the series. However, the other side of the argument is, if the ICC has now anyways made the test playing nations as an exclusive club, the World Cup as an exclusive club, if the top nations don't go play with the Windies, the Irish, the Netherlands, how do you expect them to get better or for them to grow? Right? That's just one argument. But
No, I mean,
Fair
you can put this argument for all the teams who are ranked less, but you cannot put this argument for West Indies because West Indies are not selecting the team where the players are good. You will see MSC, the West Indies players, Nicholas Puran scoring runs. I think yesterday he scored a 50.
no, I thought Puran said he wasn't available for selection because he's playing MLC.
That's what I'm saying. Players are not
The
available for the national
priorities.
team. They are playing other leagues and they are playing well. It's just the West Indies cricket board is not able to afford them. So I don't think that's a competitiveness issue, at least in the shorter format for West Indies, it is a selection issue. But rest of the teams,
Yeah.
they have to play more.
Yeah, I know Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands, Zimbabwe also, these are all emerging nations. The West Indies are submerging nations. They do not want to float. So
Don't worry, BCCI will offer a hefty loan like the Chinese and then buy off Windies cricket as well. I'm sure some of the franchise owners are thinking that way.
Players should be excited. I don't think so. They have that kind of excitement.
But
Represent.
imagine if a Mumbai Indians buys a player and they say, you and we control the West Indies team. So they'll say you play, we'll tell you which leagues to play, we'll tell you which national games to play, and you get paid handsomely, right? Money is what the issue is.
yeah,
I think
Suraj, you are
that's
right.
the first thing which is being offered to Josh Butler. If he accepts, so England has to take a permission from Rajasthan Royals, both in IPL and other leagues, and then give Josh Butler to play for England. It's just that he has not agreed to this decision yet, but I think he is going the first major player who is possibly given this contract where England has to loan him from Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, you got the right franchise also because Bombay also is in the west of India and we're talking about West Indies. I think it makes perfect sense for that.
All right. On that note, just one last thing. Somebody just before we started the show spoke about an exciting career option for us cricket enthusiasts who can't play. Who was that? Anybody wants to throw light on it?
Yeah, umpiring.
Yes.
In fact, I'll tell you, my ambition would have been 15 years back. If I knew what was coming, I would have wanted to be the best third umpire that the world would ever produce. Not even on-field umpire, man. Just imagine the amount of fun he's having sitting inside an AC room in a sport which is played out on the sun or under the floodlights. Then he gets a direction to tell the director what is to be asked of. Okay, he gets to decide whether the ball hit the bat or not when the ball is in Kanakpura Road and the bat is in KR Puram. Okay, and when there's a stumping being asked, he'll say, "Let me start from the catch." It's like you're sitting for an 8th standard chemistry exam, but you want to start from a 7th standard physics question. And after all of that, you also get to tell the on-field umpire, now you give out or not out after the entire world has seen whether it's out or not out. What a job.
I think the best part of third umpire's job is to tell rock and roll Sony.
Suraj is blanked out, and he's already enrolling for third umpire course right now, as we speak. Bidhu, would you pick it up?
I think
I dare not pick it up because let's be honest. Like if the blame comes to Australia, the umpires, no matter which nation you are from, you are not going to get any support. So I'll just rather stay out of it. I'm happy with blaming the umpires. Like you do not make decisions, you do not use technology, but I don't want to take up the job.
But with
Not even the fourth umpire, 80th over,
No,
go with the
every
ball.
single day my respect increases for Simon Toffel. I mean, he was some AI influenced umpire also cannot be better than Simon Toffel, I think.
But with players like Harmanpreet, Shakib and all, I would stay away.
Umpire who wears a helmet and the guy Oxenford does this, right? Something like that people should be
Yeah,
wearing when these people, mercurial players alert should be there.
yeah. No, but I just thought this was going to be a serious conversation for people who want to apply to umpiring. But I like all the jokes we made about it. But yeah, so apparently there is a course which is being launched for those of you who are interested, who are still interested after listening to all the BS we've given, where you can apply, and there's an age limit, right? Under 40.
Remember, there's a 40 age limit before which you need to be doing first class umpiring or something and then graduate from there. So I don't know if they have relaxed it or anything because age is just a number. So why not? I think
Yeah.
it's good for people to go check it out if it's a profession worth going after. To me, umpiring is like OEM business, right? You don't have to side with a Hyundai or a Ford as long as you can supply the tires and steering wheels. So no matter you could have umpiring Kohli and Root in the same game, be the only guy who can watch it with from so close quarters, but yet objective. I think it's a beautiful profession, to be honest. If you
The
can
thing is,
control your bladder.
our dream of becoming commentators will never materialize with so many ex-cricketers becoming commentators. So the only way people like us can be involved in active cricket is umpiring. So think about it. All right. On that note, we are going to end today's show. Thank you everybody for watching. We will come back at the end of the test. Till then, take care. Good night. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.